Hello, this is Rebecca Brown from Show Me Scrapping. Today I'm so excited to show you my Evernote notebook that is loaded with information about each of the current stamp sets from Close to My Heart. This notebook has revolutionized how I organize the stamp sets that I own. In this video I will show you how to open and begin using the notebook, including making a personal copy that you can edit. At the end of this video I will tell you how to get a copy of this notebook for yourself. Evernote is a powerful database that allows you to organize information by creating notebooks that contain searchable notes. When you click on the link to my Evernote stamp notebook, you will be taken to the Evernote site. On this page, you will have the option to join or view the notebook. If you choose View, you will only be able to see the notebook and search within the database. However, you will not be able to make any changes, and you will need to retain this link to use the database in the future. I suggest that you instead select Join Notebook. When you click on Join Notebook, you will be prompted to sign in or create an account. First, let's look at how you can use this notebook to find the perfect stamp set for your project. On the left side of the screen, you will see the name of the stamps database that you just opened. The current version as of this recording is Stamps 2015-04-01, since this includes all of the stamp sets that are current as of April 1st, 2015. If you have joined later, you may have an updated date that has another name that is similar but will include the current date. If you do not see the name of the notebook, it could be hidden. Simply click on Joined Notebooks to toggle from seeing the names of your notebooks to having them hidden. When the notebook is selected, a column of notes will be visible on the immediate right. There is one note for each of the currently available stamp sets. This includes all of those in the current idea books, plus evergreen Cricut stamp sets that do not expire. One thing I love about having this database is that I don't forget about all of these important stamp sets. You can change how these notes are sorted down here at the bottom where it says View Options. I like to sort them by title. When you click on one of the notes in the list, you will see information about that stamp set in this window on the right. Let's look at what information is here for each stamp set. First, you will notice the title includes both the name of the stamp set as well as the item number. Just below the title, any sentiments that appear on the stamp set will be typed. This allows those sentiments to be searchable. So if you are looking for a stamp set that says Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday or Thank You, you'll be able to search for those words. Just below the sentiments, you will see a link. This link will open the visual image as it's stored on the Close to My Heart website. Stamp sets that do not have a visual image on the Close to My Heart website, for example, the stamp sets that are in the Cricut collections or those that are in the workshops on the go, will have a link to the complete item that includes that stamp set. For example, this stamp set is included in the Art Philosophy Cricut collection. So when I click on the link, I see a picture of that complete collection. Below the link will be any notes that have to do with that stamp set. This is an Art Philosophy stamp set that you cannot purchase individually. So I've added a note there just to say how you can get that stamp set. It is a part of the Cricut Art Philosophy collection, and I included the item number just to make it easy to find that stamp set. One other thing that you will notice as you look at the information about a stamp set is that there are lots of tags. Tags include any themes or holidays, for example Christmas. It also includes the names of any images that are shown on the stamps, for example berries or holly, as well as any design elements like if it has a border or some zigzags or stripes. Those will also be noted. In addition, each stamp set that coordinates with a Cricut cartridge is tagged with the word Cricut as well as the name of which cartridge it coordinates with. Both the text in the note as well as the tags allow you to search so that you can find exactly the stamp set that you're looking for. For example, if I search on the word bird, I will get a list of all of the stamp sets that contain the image of a bird. This is really helpful whether you're looking for the stamp sets that you own or if you're considering additional purchases. If you're a consultant, this is really helpful when you have a customer looking for a specific image. Maybe it's on a stamp set that you're not very familiar with. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about how to use this database. Many of you are going to want to customize it. This notebook is read-only, and that means that you can't make any changes or add additional notes. However, if you download and install either the PC or the Mac version of Evernote, you'll be able to create your own database and then copy all of these notes into it. So let's look at how to do that. First of all, if you have not yet installed Evernote on your computer, you need to go to the Evernote website. From this site, click on the word download and then follow the directions to install and open Evernote on your computer. You'll notice, first of all, that over here under Notebooks, here is our stamps database that I just joined on the online version. And then similar to how it works on the online version, when you select the notebook, you're going to see the list of the notes. Each one contains information about a stamp set, and over here on the right is that information about the selected stamp set. Top right hand corner has a search box where you can type in your searches, and that will change what stamp sets show up in the list. So very similar in functionality to what we saw in the online version. However, there's some differences in how it actually physically looks. As you recall, the reason we opened this in the PC version of Evernote is to create a personal copy of the notebook so that you can do whatever you want. You can add additional tags, you can add additional information in the body, you can delete, you can add new stamp sets as well. There's several steps that you have to go through, and the first one is to actually create that new notebook. In Evernote, you cannot copy a read-only notebook, but you can copy the notes that are in that notebook. So we're going to create a personal notebook to start with. To do this, you go to File, and then click on New Notebook, and then New Notebook again. And here you'll be prompted to name your notebook. Okay. And when we go over here to the list of the notebooks, you can see that that new notebook now shows up. It is empty. There are no notes in the notebook, so we need to add those. And we want to add all of them that are in the current version of the notebook. To do that, first you need to make sure that the shared notebook is selected, and then you're going to go to Edit, Select All. For some reason today that Select All isn't working, but it has in the past. If it does not actually highlight all of the notes in the notebook, what you need to do is select them individually, but you can use the Shift key and do it all in one step. So click the top stamp set, hold down the Shift, scroll down to the bottom, and then click on the bottom stamp set. And now you can see all of them are highlighted in blue, so they're all selected. And also in the window on the right, you can see what looks like a stack of cards where each card has a separate stamp set on it. So that shows that all of our stamp sets are selected. The number count here matches the number count of our database. Once they're all selected, we want to do Copy, which is under Note, Copy to Notebook. And then this is going to list all of the notebooks that you can copy to. We want to copy to this notebook that was just created called My Stamps. And once that has occurred, you can see that my stamp count under My Stamp matches the stamp count in the larger shared database. Now your stamp count is going to be a little bit higher. I have not yet added the new stamp sets to this, the ones that are in the Seasonal Expression 2. If you're looking at the April 1st, 2005 stamp set, your count's going to be a little bit higher than what you're seeing here with mine. So now if you click on your new notebook that you created, you are going to see all of the same notes that were in the shared notebook. And just like before, when you click on those, you're going to see the information. The cool thing is that now you can add your own information, and this will be yours personal. It doesn't change the shared one that everyone else is looking at. This is just for you. So if you want to go through and tag all of the stamp sets that you own, you can do that. For example, if you own this stamp set called A Holiday, you see the list of tags up here. On the very right hand side there is a place to click to add a tag, and I'm just going to call it own to signify that I own that stamp set. Now if all of these slots are full, some of the stamp sets there's a lot of stuff being tagged, and this whole space is filled with tags, there's going to be a little arrow here that's a drop down, and then it will allow you to type additional tags from onto that list. If you have any questions, my contact information is on the screen. Just let me know how I can help you. If you do not yet have a copy of the Evernote stamp notebook that is preloaded with all of the current Close to My Heart stamp sets, please click on the link at the screen to get information about how you can get a copy of this notebook.